Hey everybody, it's John here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in Live 15, grabbing the Everybody Gets a Bucket achievement. This is to score with every single person on your team. This is best done in a tip-off game with 2 controllers. And you can pick any team, and I recommend having a checklist that will help out a bunch, but the game does have one built in. However, if you make your own, you don't have to constantly hit pause in order to look it up. So just like the achievement says, all you have to do is just score with every person on your team. So just make sure you pass to everybody, and once that person makes a bucket, you want to cross them off of the list. You want to start off with your starting 5, and those are going to be the best players on your team, so they shouldn't have too much trouble making shots. But once you put up your first 5, you want to hit start, and then you want to make sure you call a timeout, and this will allow you to make substitutions. Now, you can only call a timeout when you have the ball, so make sure if you have the ball on the other controller, make sure you just throw it away and then rebound it with the controller getting the achievement. Switch to anyone who hasn't made a basket yet, so I just go through the list, and once again, having a checklist helps out a bunch, especially if you aren't too familiar with the basketball players. But once you swap out your 5, you want to hit B to exit. That should swap out your starting 5 with your bench players, and just make sure everyone on this 5 just makes a basket. Once again, that is a little bit harder because these players aren't exactly really that good. For example, I got stuck on Corey Brewer. Took him about a couple of minutes to make a basket because he just kept getting blocked or he kept missing. But finally made it with him, and there we go. And he's going to celebrate because he's a terrible shooter. But hit start and call another timeout, and then switch to anyone who hasn't shot yet. A team is typically composed of at least 12 to 15 players. For example, I'm using the Rockets here, and they have 12 people on their team. So I'm going to switch to those 2 and make sure they get their buckets in. And once I'm done with them, I will make sure I check that everyone has their points. So you can hit start, go into stats, and then click on the big window. Hit left trigger to go to your team, and under the PTS or points categories, you want to make sure everyone has a number under that. As soon as that happens, hit start again, and then go to settings, go to select side, and you want to make sure you turn your second controller to the neutral position. That will trick the game into thinking it's a single player game. Once you have that done, just quit the game, and you should get your achievement for a 30 gamer score, and that's all there is to it.